Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Seraphim Serenades. My name is Troy J. Bacon, and I'm the channel of Kazaya, and I'm also a Reiki master teacher and healer and a therapist. Um, I also teach channeling in addition to my healing sessions. Um, Spiritual alchemy sessions is what I offer, kind of session packages, but I teach channeling, and that's sort of a newer service I'm offering. And right now, it's by donation. I haven't listed a set price yet, but um, yeah, you can find me at newbeinghypnosis.com at the contact feature and ask me about that, or on Facebook. Feel free to message me at Troy J. Bacon. So, without further ado, let's get started. Today's channeling will be about the planet Venus, as Kazaya has been doing a series about the planets of our solar system, and especially talking about evolutionary energies. And um, lately, he's been talking about the ways that the sun is evolving and affecting us. So today he'll be talking about Venus and some stuff about the human heart chakra as well. And after some messages about that, our assistant host Heather will also be asking some questions and see what comes up. So I'll bring Kazaya in and let's get started. Greetings. It is such an honor to be able to speak with you again in this way. Such an honor to be able to speak with all of the light workers, shadow workers, old souls, and people of this planet. My name is Kazaya, and I'm a Seraphim entity, and I'm able to channel through Troy quite easily because he is connected to our realm in a way, and his soul has had origins from angelic realms. So in today's teaching, we'll be talking about the planet Venus, as he has said. And I've said already quite a bit about the sun, your star, your planet is orbiting, and that you're within a magnetic sphere that is cast out from the sun, orbiting it, essentially orbiting its um, orbiting its equatorial plane, if you could call it that. So, about the planet Venus, astronomers would say that you cannot visit it and that it is too close to the sun and it is too hot to even bear any life. And yes, of course, it is much hotter than your planet, um, physically on the surface and temperature wise. And it is difficult for humans with your modern technology to be able to visit it at this time. But just as many have heard, there are people and civilizations and societies on the planet Venus, and a few of them have come to visit Earth over the centuries. And just as there's a law of non-interference of the universe, that one advanced society is not allowed to just show up and force evolution on another, the contact from Venusian people has been mostly few, especially um, among the common people of Earth. Now, some have been able to receive contact and make contact with them on a more energetic and telepathic level. This happens for those who are especially resonant with the the energies of Venus and the energies that the Venusian people and the virtues and qualities that the Venusian people adhere to and value. Of course, Venus is one planet that is visible to the naked eye at times, and it has been called a type of star, a morning star, been tracked by ancient astronomers, and of course assigned astronomical, even deity, and energetic attributes to it. One, which also ties in with geometry and this planet and the geometry of the universe, is the the unique orbit of Venus around the sun that, just like most planets, has a somewhat irregular orbit. It's not perfect, not a perfect circle necessarily. And Earth astronomers have tracked it and been able to visualize and depict that its orbit over time creates a hexagonal or five-pointed star shaped geometry when you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, if you were to draw lines as it's moving. And this is also appropriate and resonant with the energy and spiritual qualities that have been observed from Venus and also that are real to Venus and the societies on Venus. And this five-pointed, five geometry, pentagonal, and similar to a rose, actually. If you look at a rose, it actually does have pentagons within it, the geometry and the formation of its petals, if it is quite perfect and not messed up or disturbed. And so, of course, rose, especially red rose, has always been assigned and recognized as a universal flower of love, especially romantic love and commitment, but also passionate and compassionate love on earth. By the way, roses are one plant that were gifted to this planet. And so the way that Venus relates to Earth, and especially human evolution, is that it, as a planet, as a planetary sphere, a resonant sphere, it holds energetic signatures and codes, just like how Gaia has her own energetic signatures as a planetary sphere. Venus does too. And being one of the closer planets to Earth, it is a planet that records and holds energies of love in the heart. And it has been broadly recognized and talked about, especially within the more cosmic communities on Earth, that the people from Venus are very, very centered in the heart, very cohesive with oneness and loving vibrations. Their societies don't have the same kind of money structures and approach to money as Earth does at this time. Most governmental systems on Earth are somewhat capitalistic and somewhat pyramid-like in their structure of certain individuals, usually a few, being at the top and holding the most money, and then allowing layers to the economy and layers to what is called socioeconomic classes. Some governments do it differently, but on Venus, they use a type of credit system, but it's not so centralized and controlled by a few individuals. Just like most other planets and most of the universe, their credit system of money is what you'd call decentralized. Everyone gets to have enough money and they run their societies on passion and following their passion and recognizing that each individual is sacred, each individual is valued and is worth embodying their soul's purpose. And something about this type of cohesive oneness energy, especially on a planet, is that yes, it is beautiful and universal and shared. Earth will eventually catch up, but just as they are their own planetary society and they have their own energy and people and structures there, they're not necessarily required. It's not their responsibility to just teach all the other planets and all the other star systems and share their wealth and share their ways of living with everyone else. Just as in the sacred mystery schools of Earth, they are accessible. They don't necessarily charge money just to enter and learn the ways of their spirituality and their teachings. They do welcome those who are committed, and they do welcome those who are serious about the ways and the knowledge of each mystery school, which many can be very similar but have their own signatures. So this type of oneness and awakened heart energy, of course, respects the value and sacredness of all, but it must also have its boundaries and be able to protect itself. This is a quality that many more these days than before, are awakening to on Earth. A way of life, actually. Some live completely from and through their heart. And it is quite saddening, or has been, especially in the past, that most people's hearts and true passions have been restricted, have been limited, not be able to express and speak freely to some degree is based on what some individuals can afford and what they've been taught. So, just as we said previously, the heart, energetic heart sphere of humans is one of the most powerful energies you can tap into and really live with. There are many people on spiritual paths on earth who, for a long time, have had these moments, go to retreats, seminars, events, healing sessions, and access the majestic and beautiful, regal and beautiful healing energies of the heart, the soul, the spirit, and the true oneness of the creator, the source. But unfortunately, there are many who then are brought down again by money needs and societal expectations. And so then they end up missing that awakened heart quality and presence, state of being, and sometimes visit it again. But just as any energy fluctuates naturally, they wish they could just live in that and with that, live as a being speaking and manifesting and embodying their truth, their beauty, their harmony, their majesty from their heart and soul. And this is a layer that also is taught about in the mystery schools and is one that must be breached, must be accessed, must be awakened through in order for greater ascension and liberation of the soul so that it can freely choose where it wants to go and other levels of being and reality if it is done with its incarnational lessons. So, from the seraphim level and the angelic realms, I'd like to share that it is possible for humans to completely live from their heart and soul and their harmonious and majestic energies. And it is possible to create the beautiful life that perhaps some of your souls have chosen as your destiny. Now, this does not necessarily mean that there's absolutely no money or exchange and reception and trading of money and goods and services. Just as it has been shared to many and taught to many, and also in these teachings, energy is mutable, exchangeable, creatable, even expandable, and money is also a type of energy, primarily linked to the earth and Gaia, and each type of money and credit system typically does have origins linking to a planet and a people. But money doesn't have to be limiting. Really, as we see it, the only thing that's limiting and truly keeping people in the dark is their beliefs, the ways that they're behaving, behaving from their beliefs. And yes, this does take some time and some learning to learn how to change, learn how to readjust. This is a lesson about recovering the might and the wholeness of the soul and understanding the ways that you're exchanging energy for energy. And what is important to realize is that you're not stuck. You don't have to be. Yes, there are at this time some organizations and systems of money that ask for certain payments, and sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes those can also be liberated from and not a limiting factor. If you truly want to move forward and get somewhere, ask yourself what you are doing, how you're doing things also. If you're doing things with negative beliefs, doubts, fear, then that shows up for you. Conversely, the bright-hearted energies, confidence, love, self-esteem, acceptance, joy, gratitude, happiness, even surrender, and the love for life and love and acceptance for others shows up. This is another element of why we deem this a Platrix reality. So when you learn to play with yourself, with energies, when you learn to play with reality, play with the reflections, with your energy and how it reflects in your reality, then you start to learn that money and other people are not limiting you, and that you can truly start to play with your energy and with reality, and that this reality is a type of illusory simulation. We feel that these messages have been received well, and that now it is time to open up to Q&A, perhaps for further clarification.
Thank you. You well answered all the questions I had wrote down.
Just as we enjoy doing so.
Can you tell us any more about manifesting perhaps through the heart? I think you would just a little bit about that. Anything else we should know?
Is there perhaps something a little more particular you want to know about manifesting in the heart?
The feeling of financial abundance, uh, where men perhaps are not feeling like they're creating the abundance that they want. There's some way to help that.
Yes, and there are multiple levels to the heart that can be at play. And of course, one is the soul, the the bright light that incarnates into each body vessel and its background, and perhaps what the soul had learned, been taught, or believes it was taught in other lifetimes of its worth, of its value or not. And that is a layer of soul and energy that must also be examined and healed, transmuted. That's important to at least understand what stands in that layer of each individual's heart and energy, as well as there's the layer more related to the body and the earth life, ancestors. And there's much energy that is inherited, passed down through genes, the energies in genes and DNA within the body. And many struggle with this, we recognize. There are many ways to heal this, to transcend this, to alchemize it. But yes, there are the intelligences, the fears, the phobias, the doubts, the habits, the dreams, and even lost and broken dreams, conditioned thoughts and dreams and beliefs that get passed down from one parent to each child and ancestors. And so when you really start to dig into this layer of healing, you realize that you're not the body, especially both digging into understanding the ancestors and the soul. And then one can understand that they're not the body itself, they're not their ancestors, they're the soul in and creating the body. And one secret we can share is that the hyper dimensional light speed energy that is from the soul and constantly vibrating and shining through the heart, as well as fractalized in the mind, has the power to create. This is the power that the creator made each soul with, passed down from the creator. And so, yes, there are energies of the soul aspect that has come from other lifetimes, and those energies of their lifetimes. But with that creation energy of the soul for the heart, it creates exactly what it is taught to create, which includes the limiting beliefs, the shadows, the pain, even the brighter and strengths and intelligences of the ancestors. So this is when you access this layer and these two layers together and alchemize them together of the soul and the body, alchemizing the bloodline energies, then that is the key to be able to break free if you need to and reach other layers, other levels of your manifestations. And that can, of course, play into manifesting, attracting, and creating more money.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Um, can this type of energy work be assisted or aided through hypnosis sessions, like what Troy does?
Yes, what you call practice that you call hypnosis and hypnotherapy is an excellent practice, just parallel to shamanism, to be able to go deeper and access information and layers within the soul, as well as layers of energy in the body. I can say that the practices of hypnosis and hypnotherapy, theta healing, and similar practices as shamanism and types of shamanism, shamanic trance, are actually a type of scientific process that is universal to evolved beings such as humans and evolved species within the universe. And this is a science that has been allowed and given to be able to learn and heal and evolve. It's a science that allows the mind and the individual to be able to also access oneness, to be able to access layers and dimensions of the creator, and eventually come back to living in creation energies of oneness and the creator within a body, and gradually realize greater potentials, awaken greater potentials of said body and being.
Thank you. And you had brought up the rose with the geometric shape. Is there any more information about that or any other flower that we could work with or shape at this time that would help our heart chakra?
Yes, of course, there are other flowers that will help and resonate with the heart chakra, love and oneness. The five oriented geometry is one that is similar to the rose and other flowers. You see it within some flower formations, their petals, and within them. That does relate to the heart chakra as well as moving energy. The energy of five also is an active number of motion and realization. One flower that Troy observed today with this five geometry within it is the morning glory. And this flower is a flower of purification. It's a delicate flower.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Um, and kind of off topic a little bit. Um, you were talking about the flowers and the different geometry. Would you suggest any of these for like herbal teas that could help?
Yes, absolutely. Just as some have done, rosebuds are a, a very heart chakra cleaning and de-stressing flower to be able to add to teas or flower petals, rose petals. Calendula is one that helps maintain the stamina and states of well-being of the body. Primrose is one that is a bit more on what you call the feminine energy scale spectrum, and it's often in the colors of purple, sometimes pink and red or white. This is a flower that, especially in more intentional and higher concentrations, can help move stuck energy from the subconscious and subconscious layers of the body. And the energy and also physical botanical qualities of this flower do help maintain the perhaps valiant functions of cells and organs, maintaining clean and vibrant health. Violet is another one that can help stimulate and relax the heart chakra. Of course, its energy can also help the crown chakra and higher vibrational energies, especially when worked with intention. As many know, lavender is especially a lovely, pleasant flower that can be added to teas. Lavender is a flower that harbors peace and peace within. Are there other particular flowers you would like to know about?
Mm, yes, the blue lotus.
Hmm. Blue lotus is a flower that just as its color and energy stimulates the mind and helps balance the energies of the right and left brain functions and sides of the mind. Blue lotus, while awake, it helps balance intellect and emotion. It can be a flower especially good for drinking brew of before meditation, especially for searching for deeper insights and guidance, as well as many use it for more deeper states of shamanic trance and dreaming, perhaps for journeys, as well as lucid dreaming. It can help stimulate.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Um, I keep getting called and pulled. Can I ask a personal question if you don't mind?
Yes, go ahead.
I keep getting pulled and called to work with the lavender. Is there more to lavender than what I'm realizing?
There can be. To this question, we can ask what it is that your soul is calling you to do and what do you dream to do? Because lavender, just like many other herbs, can be worked with by intention and responds to intentions that you set, especially before consumption. So being clear about where you're going in life and especially what you want to create, perhaps summon and be in your life, lavender can help bring in and stimulate the energy of your soul's destiny and higher purposes, especially when that intention is focused with it.
Thank you. And then can you ask about is there a difference between working with the oil and then the actual flower itself, or does it matter?
It all carries the same essence that lavender gives off, perhaps for a more potent effect, you might go for the oil and the flower that is the deeper purple shades.
Thank you.
One further message we would like to share for you as well as those listening later is that it is by design, intelligent design of this universe and Playtrix reality, that true love and purpose and passion is a key to moving energy in your life and helping things click like clockwork, and that love and passion and oneness, wholeness, and sacredness, especially with the heart center, is the key to advancing your energy. Because after you're able to evolve your heart and the rest of your energy, it all must come together. Once your soul is able to access and live in higher dimensional realities, states of being, and statuses, you will need the full activation of that to go on and to continue being in such higher realities and levels beyond incarnation. For now, it is very important and sacred work to always speak the truth of your heart, live the truth of your heart, act out of it. And as you do so with sincerity and conviction, you will see much of your life coming together like golden clockwork. And so it is. All is well. Hmm. That was quite powerful and beautiful. Heather, do you have anything else to share or say before we stop the recording?
No, that was beautiful. Thank you.